Yeah, you guys, I don't talk about politics. It's not my thing. Thank you, Jay. Happy relationship advice. You guys, I feel like I'm not a good person to give it relationship advice. Like, I'm still figuring it out. Oh my god, Lorena, maybe we can talk about separation. Excuse me. Okay.
Hey, I just got here. Is there anything else that I need to do? Okay.
Oh my god. Right when I'm about to start. All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's Diego, and today I'm back with a brand new video for you guys. I'm so excited to be filming this video. Okay, I have to get rid of the chat. I have to get rid of the chat if I'm gonna do this. Hey guys, what's up? It's Diego. I hope everybody's having a great time in their life. Today I'm gonna be talking about a topic that was actually brought up in my chat, and that's how to deal with separating from people that you love and how to make the most out of times of separation from people you might love, how to deal with it, whether you're going away for work, whether you're going away for school and having to leave behind friends and family that you might care a lot about. I'm gonna be giving you guys some tips and advice for how to deal with this time, what to do with this time, and how you can be able to cope with separating from people that you love and making the most out of this time in your life where you're leaving behind things that you knew or people that you knew, and really how to make the most of your time alone and in separation. So before I get started, I really just want to say, like, this is something that you should be very grateful for. Not many people have the opportunity to experience a different life than what they're used to, and not many people have the opportunity and the privilege to afford time away at school or time away for a job, whatever that may be. And although this can be a very hard experience for me, it was like years and months of pain and suffering and of longing and missing people that I cared about. If you did not know, I actually did move away from my family at a very young age. I was like 18 when I went away for college. And the years following these years, I don't know if it's because I was so young, being 18, or like 19, 20, like I don't know if I was just really young and emotional and that's why it was harder for me. But it was hard, you guys. Like, it's hard. Like, sure, it can be fun in the moment, and it has its fun and its positives, but it's really hard separating from people that you love, especially like your family. I know it's like normal for a lot of people, but it's also hard for people to get used to leaving behind everything that they know and everything that, what their life has been, to completely change it. But it is definitely a privilege and an opportunity that should not be taken for granted. So my number one tip that I want to start out with is get busy. Idle hands are the devil's playgrounds, and when you're not busy and active and living a busy lifestyle, making use of your time and your body and getting out there and living your life, that is when the devil creeps in and starts to use your hands for bad things. When you're not busy and active, and when you're laying around, that is when depression, that is when sadness, that is when stagnancy and negative thinking comes into play. I feel like if you're busy all the time, and if you keep yourself busy, and if you're being social and putting yourself out there and just staying on your feet and keeping busy with your life and signing up for certain activities and getting out there, exploring, meeting new people, and making the most out of your new environment, and putting yourself out there and really showing to the community that you're, stepping into, that you are an active participant, that is when good things will happen to you. My life changed 5 years ago when I did move to a new city. And although it was so hard, looking back now, 5 years into the future, all of the connections that I've made, all of the hard years of my life have truly paid off, because all of those little connections that may have seemed insignificant at the time, those friendships and those connections have now come around years later, and have, I've reconnected with people. I've had like networking opportunities from years ago that may find their way back to now, and will probably find their way back to me later in the future. Because when you stay committed to your cause, and when you stay committed to what you decide to do in the life you decide to live, and when you're an active participant in your own life and you're stepping out there, success is inevitable, and it might not be instantaneous, but at some point everything is going to fall into place, and something at some point has got to give. Like at some point life just gives, and then all of a sudden you are married, all of a sudden you're working your dream job, all of a sudden you have the life that you've always wanted to live, and then you'll be like, wait, where did all those painful years go? Where did all the time I spent, miserable or longing for the past, where did all of that go? Guess what? It left. It left the moment that you decided to step out of your house and step out of your comfort zone and start a new life, and be an active participant in your life, in your community, in society, and in the spaces that you want to take up. All of a sudden, all those lonely, painful years just slip away, and life starts to make sense at a certain point. At a certain point, you'll look back and you'll look at yourself now and you'll realize, wait, all of that pain and suffering that I endured has in turn led to so much more satisfaction. Because if I didn't experience that pain, and if I didn't experience the pain of leaving my comfort zone, I would have never gotten to the point where I am now, and have the satisfaction and the pleasure to see all of my hard work pay off and my life suddenly slip into place. No, you guys, I just ran out of things to say. Like, what? Can you guys help me out? Like, what do I keep saying? I like ran out of things to say. Oh, during the holidays. You guys, like, let me. So, some people are wondering, like, about holidays and spending these times. You guys, if you are, separated from your family or separated from people that you love, especially during the holidays, personally, me, I've spent a few holidays alone. And spending that time alone, not with like my family during the holidays, all that did was teach me that nothing is that big of a deal, and it's actually not that big of a deal. We create our own holidays, like birthdays. I'm now the kind of person, like, growing up, I was so like anal about birthdays, and if I didn't have like the best birthday, I would be so pissed. And then once I moved out of like my house, like with my parents and my family and everything, I realized, wait, every day is my birthday. Why am I putting so much pressure on this holiday or on this? Like, it's a celebration every time we link up with our family and those we love. Anything can be a celebration. I don't really want to buy into certain holidays because I've realized, some birthdays suck, some Thanksgivings suck, some Christmases might suck, others might not. We shouldn't put too much pressure on days and on holidays that, the government has put on the calendar or that society has put on a calendar. Like, you guys celebrate whenever you want. But anyways, spending that time alone during the holidays really just made me stronger. And all in all, you guys, I'm being like disrupted right now. And all that time that I spent alone without somebody, even on holidays, I remember I spent I think it was Christmas. I spent Christmas alone, you guys. And guess what? I survived. I lived through it. And guess what? I was fine. I was fine. I survived. I made it through. I made it through. And guess what? Now God has paid me with a good marriage, with a family, with everything that I've wanted. All that time that I spent alone and sacrificed my body to live the life that I wanted to live, even if they didn't see that I was living the life that I wanted to live, in the end, I ended up getting what I wanted. In the end, I ended up getting the family. In the end, I ended up getting the life that I wanted to live because I made the sacrifices to do so. Because I spent all that time alone, and because I spent all those Christmases alone, all those birthdays alone, all of those holidays I spent alone, sacrificing, making the sacrifices that were necessary for me to now be in a perfect marriage with a beautiful family and to have all these things that I've always wanted.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, angels.
I need you also check the board first.
Good morning, Charlie. You guys, I'm literally filming in a public space. But do you guys get what I mean though? Like, if I didn't sacrifice my body and spend all that time living alone and doing all the things that I did, I wouldn't have the life I have now. I wouldn't be in a beautiful relationship, married with kids, with a beautiful family, in a beautiful home, in an amazing, beautiful relationship, in an incredible environment. If I didn't spend all that time, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Even thinking back to 18-year-old me, 18-year-old me had no idea that when they were signing up for university, that they were going to be working at, some of the biggest fashion brands in the world, that they had no idea they were going to be going to fashion week shows at 18 and working in the industry at 19, 20, 21. I had no idea. And I also had no idea that I would be married at 23 with a beautiful family. I had no idea. I could have never predicted any of this. I could have never predicted that I would be in the perfect relationship at 23 years old, in a beautiful marriage, in a beautiful supportive home, with beautiful children and a family. Like, I could have never predicted any of this. Okay, at this point I'm sounding a bit delusional, right? This is what we call, what's it called? Optimism? This is what we call, like, what's it called? It's like something optimism. You guys, I'm not insane. I'm just kidding around a little bit. But I am in a beautiful relationship. And I could have never imagined this. Last year I could never have told you that I would be, engaged in such a beautiful relationship. I could have never guessed that. I could have never even imagined that. Especially with the way my life was looking last year. I would have never guessed that I would be in such a beautiful relationship, in such a supportive, beautiful relationship that I'm in now. And like, I could have never imagined it, or, last year I would have never known. And like, now I have, a family, now I have a partner who supports me and is incredible to me, and like, starting a family and being married, it's just like, it's all so beautiful to me, and it's incredible that this is all, happening to me. And it's because when I was 18, I chose to make sacrifices and invest in my career, and now look at things just happening for me. Like, look at how things happen for you when you invest in yourself, and when you make changes, and when you sacrifice your body to do things, to do and get the things that you want. And like I said, I would have never pictured getting the things that I want to this level, because yeah, we want certain things, but a good marriage, a beautiful family, all these things just like are add-ons that just like you didn't imagine them, but they just like happened. And that's just what happened for me. It's just what happened for me. My career is in a beautiful place. My relationships are in a beautiful place. My family and I are in a beautiful relationship. I am in the perfect marriage. Like, my life is just slipping into place. I'm living in the place that I've always dreamed of living. Like, when I was 15, I was on Zillow dreaming about living in this city. And now look at me, I've lived here for 5 years. I'm in the perfect marriage. I'm in the beautiful relationship. I have a beautiful family. Like, look at me, you guys. Like, use me as an example that if you just sacrifice your body and do the things and maybe suffer a little bit, maybe you have to go years and months of suffering, But guess what? At some point, something's gotta give. At some point, something just has to give because you're applying pressure and pressure and pressure. But guess what? Pressure makes diamonds, you guys. Pressure makes diamonds. You can't make diamonds without pressure. But when you apply that pressure, even if it's painful for years, even if you're enduring years and years of pain, all that pressure makes diamonds. And if you don't have any pain, you will never have any gain. Like, you will never see beautiful things. Like, beautiful things require pain sometimes. That's why you have to love pain. That's why I tell you guys, I am a masochist. I love pain because pain equals more pleasure. If you're enduring pain right now, live it and love it. Adore the pain. Become obsessed with pain because all of that suffering and all of that pain will in turn lead to more pleasure. And it's like, can you even have pleasure without pain? Can you? Can you experience pleasure without experiencing pain? And can you even appreciate the pleasure without knowing the pain? Can you? Because when things come too easily, we don't appreciate them as much. Versus all the years that I spent by myself, single or in bad relationships that were not right for me, dating the wrong people, in the wrong environments that didn't support me or appreciate me, being places where I didn't belong. All of that being in the wrong place helped me realize where I should be. And once I got to where I should be, I was like, yep, this is it. This is where I'm meant to be. Not there, not in the past, not in that relationship, not with that person, not in that environment, but here. Where I am now is where I am meant to be, but it didn't come easy. It did not come easy, you guys. It did not come easy. This life that you see here, it was not easy. It just wasn't. It took years of suffering. It took years of everybody telling me I'm crazy. It took years of me even thinking, I don't think this is gonna work out for me. I don't see things working out for me. But guess what? It's that little voice inside of me that knew that things were gonna work out for me. Inside of me, something inside of me knew that if I just stuck through just a little bit longer, if I just took that risk, if I just stayed a little bit longer, that I would get the life that I wanted, that I would get exactly what I wanted if I just stuck it out just a little bit longer. Something's gotta give. But it wasn't easy, you guys. It was years and years and years of ups and downs, trial and error, of my own self-limiting beliefs, of other people telling me, oh, he's crazy, nothing's ever gonna work out for him, he's a loser, he's this, he's that. But guess what? God had a plan for me, and I knew that plan. I know that God has a plan for me. And if you can't see it right now, or even if I can't see it right now, the joke's on you, because only time will tell where I'm meant to go, and only time will tell where you're meant to go. Don't listen to what other people have to say, and don't even listen to sometimes what you have to say, because sometimes we get in our own way, and sometimes we have self-limiting beliefs that in the end just destroy our lives. But guess what? If I didn't destroy my life a few times in the past, here and there, if I didn't date the wrong people, if I didn't, work the wrong jobs or live in the wrong places, I wouldn't have known what was meant for me. I wouldn't have known what I was meant to do. I wouldn't have known that, wait, this is wrong, and my intuition is telling me that this is not the place for me, and I should not be in this situation. I need to run. And that's our animal instinct. We know deep inside what's wrong and what's right. We know it. This is generations and generations of us knowing things. You're not just born. You have knowledge that came far before you in evolution. You know, we have generational knowledge. We have things that we're born with that we just know, the same way all animals do. We just know. But guess what? My body, look at me, you guys. I'm alive and I'm breathing and I'm able-bodied and I'm not gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop. I'm just getting started. I'm never gonna stop. Like, this is just the beginning for me. In fact, the race hasn't even started. Like, this is just the beginning for me. This is just the beginning for me. I'm just getting started. You guys haven't even seen me at my best. You haven't seen where life is gonna take me. And the only thing that could stop me is death, because I am a survivor and I am somebody who keeps on going and will never give up. I will never give up, no matter if anybody turns on me, because everybody has turned on me. My family has turned on me. Everybody at some point has turned on me and betrayed me. So I know that the only person that I can count on is myself, and it's getting out of bed every day and doing the best that I can. That's all I can be, and that's all I can do. Is just do the best I can every single day. The whole world can turn their back on you, so you have to have your own back. But as long as you have your own back, your potential is limitless. You just have to know that. My family has loved me, hated me, not cared about me. And now that I'm winning, and now that people see me winning in life, it's like everybody wants a piece of me and everybody wants, to see what's going on with me. But guess what? You guys want to know how I got to this point of having the things that I want? It's from believing in myself. It's from waking up every day and not giving an F about what anyone has to say or what anyone is doing or thinking. It's about getting up and just doing whatever I want to do and fulfilling my own goals and responsibilities. It's not about thinking anybody else. It's not about thinking about anybody else. That's what it is. Have we been talking for a bit, you guys? Thank you, Rina. Thank you, Lisa. Oh. Thank you, guys. I honestly just ran out of things to talk about. Like, what else is there to talk about? This is my outfit. And people who talk about oh, you don't know what wait, you're too young to talk about. Really? Because even at my young age, I don't know, I love my life and I think I live a very beautiful life. I really do. You may not agree or think I do, but look at my environment. Look at where I am. I live in my dream city, in my dream neighborhood. I have a beautiful relationship. I have a beautiful marriage. I have a beautiful family. Is this a joke? What's our, if I'm not your dream life, if I'm not living the dream, then what is the dream? What is the dream? I'm confused. Is there something better than this? Is there something better than this neighborhood? Is there something better than this life? Like, look at me, you guys. I get to... Shut up! Like, look at me, you guys. Like, does this not, like, I'm pretty sure my life is so much better than anybody leaving hate comments. Like, my life is like what your life will never be. Sorry, but it's true. Like, your life is never gonna be as good as mine because you spend your life leaving hate comments on people living beautiful lives. Instead of going out there and living a beautiful life, you choose to sit in a live stream of someone who's living their dream life instead of going out and living a dream life. You're coming in and leaving hate comments. Because beautiful people like me, they don't have the time to leave hate comments, or I don't even watch live streams. That's how beautiful my life is. I don't have the time to watch live streams because I'm living my own life. You know, so people hating or like talking about it, about like my life, like, you guys, I need to like go into like a soundproof room. Is the sound even good on this live? Is the sound good? Is the sound good? It's just that I hear people talking and then I hear sirens. You like this background better? This background is better. Actually, yeah, I really like this background a lot. Ooh, I love American Horror Story. All right, what else should we talk about? What else should we talk about? Because once I'm done talking, I'm just gonna start battling. Yeah, I'm still a kid and look at everything that I've accomplished. Look at everything that I've accomplished at 23 years old. You know, and that's the thing. Anybody who hates on you will never be as successful as you. Never. It's a complete guarantee. It's a total guarantee. Anybody leaving a hate comment is not even close. I'm probably more successful at 23 than anybody leaving a hate comment will ever be in their entire life. In my 23 years, I've accomplished more than any hater will ever accomplish in their whole life. And that's a fact. It just is. Anybody who's ever hated on me, like I remember this one person, I had like an IRL hater, and they would like hate on me so much and like hate on my accomplishments when I was like 20. But it's like in my 20 years of living, I've accomplished more than you ever will in your entire life. Seriously, like actually. Thank you, Maricela. I know, I slept so good last night. I feel really rested. Look at my beautiful ring, you guys. Look at me, you guys. I'm 23. Like, I have a lot that people are jealous of. I'm 23, I'm in the perfect marriage, I'm accomplished, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I live in in the best city in the world. I live in the best neighborhood in the world. I'm in a beautiful marriage. I have a beautiful family that loves me. I have everything that anyone could ever dream of having. I'm also beautiful and accomplished, and guess what? I haven't even started. I'm still at the beginning of this race. Life is just getting started for someone like me, And look at how amazing it is. You know why my life is so amazing? You want to know why? You guys want to know why my life is so amazing? You guys want to know? Because I'm not a hater. Because I'm not a hater. I am a lover and a believer that good things can happen to people like me. I'm a believer and a Christian and a good person. And I'm a believer that good things can happen to people like me. And I'm not a hater or a troll. I spend no time on the internet. And the time I do spend on the internet, I'm getting paid for. I don't get on this app for free. I don't. Whenever I log into this app, I get a paycheck every Wednesday. Every Wednesday I get paid for using this app. Are you making money? Are you? Can you say the same? Can you? God, I love when the chat is moving so fast that I can't even keep up. Thank you, Maricela. Just remember, guys, and this is something I'm learning as well, you get what you give. When you invest in something, when you do put good into the world, you get it right back. When you invest in yourself, when you believe in good things, they come to you. And I'm learning more and more every day to be a better person, to be more generous, to be more giving, because whatever I give is exactly what I'm gonna get back. That's why I'm so committed in my relationship. That's why I don't believe in cheating or infidelity, or I don't believe in hurting people. And that's why I believe in doing the right thing and putting good into the world, because it comes right back to you. You might feel like, oh, somebody might not appreciate this gesture I did for them, or I'm giving more than I'm getting. But in the end, no, you're not. You might feel in the moment that you're not getting what you give. You shouldn't think like that. The right way to think is that you are getting what you give. When you do nice things for people, it comes back around. It really does. Time and time again, you'll see that what you give is exactly what you get. If you don't work at all, don't expect a paycheck. If you don't work, don't expect a paycheck, right? That's crazy to expect a paycheck if you don't work. But when you work, you get a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like when you give, you get. When you give yourself, your time, your body to something, you're gonna get something back. that's what I realized with like TikTok as well. The more positive things I put out like on TikTok, like when I get on live and I'm positive and I'm, you know, believing that what I put out is what I get, I check my TikTok balance and it's only going up. I'm like, damn, like that's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, you guys want to go for a walk or should we talk about anything else? Because I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly. We have to have an attitude that things are just working out for us. Don't think negative because what you feed is exactly what you get bigger. I haven't told you guys this story, but when I was in 4th grade, there was this one boy who was kind of like getting on my nerves, and I remember he hit me or something, and then because he hit me, I kneed him in the balls, like I went like this because he like punched my arm or something, so I kneed him in the balls like this. And then I got sent to the principal's office because of that. So I was in the principal's office, and then the principal was like, so why did you knee him in the balls? And I was like, well, he hit me. And then we had this beautiful conversation. He was like, I'm not gonna call your mom, or I'm not gonna talk to your parents, I'm not gonna write you up, but I just wanna teach you a valuable lesson. You know, and he got a piece of paper, he got a Kleenex from his desk and he threw it on the table and he was like, picture this is a fire, okay? And maybe that fire was started by somebody else, who knows? But there's a fire going. And then when you feed into somebody's aggression, when you feed into somebody's violence or whatever, it's like you're grabbing a piece of paper and throwing it in the fire. And guess what? The fire just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The fire just keeps growing and growing until it's gotten to the point where the fire's so big, you're like, what happened? Why are we at this point? And like, fire is destructive the same way violence is destructive to your nervous system, to your life, to your body, to everything. And guess what? But wait. If you just don't feed into the fire, guess what's gonna happen? All that paper is just gonna burn out and die. Think about that the next time you get into an argument, the next time you feed into aggression, the next time you feed into a fight. What you're literally doing is feeding a fire that is not gonna go out. You're feeding a fire that is just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger if you feed it. But when you choose to walk away from violence, from hate, from, bad situations, when you choose to just say, no, I'm not engaging, and literally just walking away, the fire goes out. And guess what? You get to leave with your dignity. You get to leave with your dignity and your self-respect and your peace of mind. Don't damage your nervous system feeding into a fire that is just gonna never end. Because they throw a punch, then you throw a punch, and then they throw a punch, and then you throw a punch, and then guess what? You're both dead. Like, what's the point of this? What's the point of feeding into the fire and feeding into aggression and negative things? What's the point? The fire is just gonna keep getting bigger and keep destroying and keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger the more you feed it. And this is something my dad has taught me too. Like, my dad is the kind of person who's always like, you have to just